How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rafael, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. So, in this video, I want to go through all the information we had for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee that dropped during the E3 Direct that happened just a few hours ago. And I've already done a video talking about the gyms and kind of my concern about the gyms and how they've been kind of making it a bit too simple and, you know, on the side. It's just, it feels like the gameplay is a bit too simple, and, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of issues with it, but that's besides the point, though. We have some other information we're going to go through here, guys, so if you're excited, then drop a like down below, and let's get right into the info. So, first things first is PokeJungle has gameplay of Radiant Forest from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. You can check out this gameplay in the link in the description down below. I'll link to that down there, so you guys can check it all out and have yourself a good old time with that, but let's get into the actual info. So, Cerebi kind of, condensed a lot of things together, and of course, I'll also go through a bunch of other info here, but we'll start with Cerebi and what they have to say. So, be sure to check out yesterday's update on new Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and then he goes into info here and says, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, during the Nintendo Direct at E3, some new footage for Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. This footage was showcased that the mythical Pokemon Mew will be available to all players of Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee if they purchase the Pokeball Plus. All Pokeball Plus will come with a Mew, sorry. No, when I say Eevee, I mean, yeah, no, Mew. But, this is worrisome. This really freaks me out, but I'll read more info here because I'm not 100% certain about it yet, so I'll go into the Mew stuff and why that scares me later, but for now, let's continue. So, it has been confirmed that Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee will be available with a special bundle that includes the game and the Pokeball Plus peripheral for $99.99, so $100 essentially. Size of Pokemon you capture alter the amount of experience you earn in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Bigger Pokemon get more experience, like in Pokemon Go, you can use Raspberry to make Pokemon easier to capture. So yeah, so if you guys don't know about how the big Pokemon, how they look like and whatnot, so basically you have, when you walk around the world, you'll see some Pokemon have these auras, these this energy around them, right? And some of them are blue, some of them are red. Now, I think the red ones means it's a bigger Pokemon, like in size, it's bigger and that sort of stuff. It's just a larger Pokemon, it's harder to catch, and when it's a really, really small Pokemon, it's usually blue color. So, basically, they differentiate them like that. So, I'm not sure if we can see it right here. I think, yeah, you can see it up there. I don't know if you guys can see it properly, but in the top corner up there, you can, it's really hard to see like this. But, if we skip through a little bit, you'll kind of see what I mean. So, we run around a little bit, and it's going to be a butterfree freaking catch. Come on, let's go. Come on. Give us more footage. Come on. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any proper areas that they show the actual thing in, but basically, you have certain Pokemon that have specific auras around them, like little like blue auras and stuff, and red auras, and the red auras mean they are bigger Pokemon and harder to catch. Blue means like they're smaller Pokemon, and I think they're still hard to catch in general, but it's besides the point. So, size of Pokemon you capture alters, yada yada yada. All of your party Pokemon gain experience from captures. So, this is essentially like what I got a little bit wrong in my last video, where somebody was saying it's an EXP share. Essentially, the way it works is that your whole party, no matter what, gains experience. You get bonuses for the quality of your capture. The aura around Pokemon, the wild indicate Pokemon size. Red bigger than normal, blue smaller than normal. The stat screen when you level up shows the stats and the nature are still in place that Pikachu learns Double Kick. So, and Pikachu learns Double Kick, by the way. This is so strange. Pikachu learns Double Kick, and natures and stuff still exist in the game. I think somebody had it right here. Here you go. So here it is. There's an actual image going through some of these things here. So statistics are still in the game. Special attack, special defense, speed, defense, attack, HP. It is all still there. So there is a chance for competitive here. There is still a chance, but the only issue is the limitation of only being Kanto Pokemon is where the problem comes in, because, you know, people are limited to a small array of Pokemon to work with, but I think there's a potential there for actually really, really fun competitive battling. I actually think this could be really entertaining and, like, you know, as a competitive scene, because you're limited to a smaller amount of Pokemon, and I feel like people will be able to, like, you know, kind of work around with a lot of different combinations of Pokemon. I mean, I'm going to be using my specific team, and using it all the time in Wi-Fi battles, and I want to see how that's going to turn out. So, I think there's a huge potential here, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Either way, so, more info here. The stat screen, so let's see, CP is confirmed to work the same way as in Pokemon Go. As an overall indicator of the combined stats of the Pokemon, you can also swap out the Pokemon you have following you at will. The new rival is a character called Trace. He's less adversarial than the original rival. So, this is something I have to do a little bit of a rant on, okay? So first things first is that CP is confirmed to work the same way as in Pokemon Go, an overall indicator of the combined stats of the Pokemon. You can also swap out Pokemon you have following you at will. So basically you can swap out your Pokemon through your in-game menu, which, by the way, the menu looks pretty sleek. It looks very nice. It doesn't look like it's cluttered or confusing or whatever. It looks very, very clean. We also got to take a look at how Pokemon centers look like. You can see right here an image of the Pokemon center, and we'll just zoom out a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. But there you go. So you have a Pokemon center. It looks very clean. There is no PC, by the way, guys. So this is something you should know. There is no PCs in these games. Instead, all your Pokemon go into essentially, give or take, like these Pokemon Go Parks or whatever, like Go Parks, and these Go Parks are basically where all your Pokemon kind of stick together. And there is a thing that really kind of worried me and still worries me a little bit, and that is actually that they are adding the ability to, or actually you have to essentially, or you don't need to, but I guess it's a huge part of the game, is that you basically get candies for sending a Pokemon to Professor Oak's lab. So basically you send them over, that's kind of the same way you would turn Pokemon into candy in Pokemon Go. You send them over and you have that sort of thing. And that really worried me at first because I was like, dude, I did not need this. This is like I'm not sure if this is the best way to go about it, but then I thought about it, and I actually think it makes sense, because in terms of, like, the gameplay, you will be spending a lot of time just catching Pokemon, which also brings up the question of, like, okay, but what if you can't catch Pokemon, and you need to level, and you don't have enough, Pokeballs, or you can't buy Pokeballs, like, what do you do then? I mean, that's a big issue right there, but either way, so that's besides the point. What I want to say about the, specifically, like the actual, like, candy and stuff in the games, basically, that you send your Pokemon to Professor Oak and you receive candies in return. These candies can be speed candy, quick candy, whatever, like different candies that increase, or I think quick candy is essentially speed candy. So basically different candies that increase your Pokemon statistics. So, you can increase the speed, the special defense, the attack, the defense, HP, whatever. It increases those areas, so there is still stuff like that. And I think they said there are natures in the game still, apparently. I mean, I didn't really see it in the image here, but I will pop it up real quick again. And I don't see natures. I don't think I see natures, unless I'm missing something. But I don't think on first glance I see really natures here. But I think that's really no big deal. I don't think it's like the end of the world. But then again, in terms of the competitive scene, they may be a bit salty. But I still think there's a potential here. I still think there is a potential for actually this working. But next up is my biggest issue, and that is, oh boy, the rival. Now, when I first saw the rival, I was like, yes, we actually have a rival, because my biggest fear was we weren't going to get a rival whatsoever. And here's the thing. This rival is apparently very nice. He's less of a rival, but more of a friend. And that really just, like, annoys me, because if this is based on yellow, even somewhat, which is what it's supposed to be, right? The fact that we don't have a rival that is, like, rude is really kind of getting a little bit over the top at this point. I really want us to see, like, a really evil and, like, rude and, like, condescending, like a rival, because honestly I feel like the rivals as of recent have just become like just more boring and boring. They're really not rivals. They're just like random ass dudes who just jump by once in a while, and just like, hey, I'm your rival, but I'm really nice and I'm gonna give you free food and shit. So I don't know. Personally, I don't like that he's supposed to be all like nice and dandy and all that stuff. He's supposed to be, I guess, the equivalent of what Green is, but he doesn't really look much like him, and generally he looks a little bit weird. His pants are really weird, but that's just like, nitpicking, and I don't think that's really worthwhile. But in general, though, it doesn't really bring much to the table for myself personally. I feel like it's a bit underwhelming in general. And of course, guys, let's not forget we have the gyms that are in the game, and of course they already talked about how the gyms would work, which I really think is interesting, because I don't see anything from in terms of, like, from Serby here. There's no info about any of that stuff. And apparently also, he's called Trace, by the way. He's less adversarial than the original. Okay, so yeah, we know that stuff. But yeah, he didn't actually go into the gyms here, but we do know about gyms and how they work. And essentially, we know that you essentially can't battle a gym unless you have the Pokemon that are superior to the gym leader's Pokemon. So if you want to take on Brock, you need to have a water and a grass type. Otherwise, you can't actually battle him, which is a really weird kind of choice for them to do. I don't know why they would have done that. Like, it just feels a little bit redundant and a little bit backwards, in my honest opinion. I don't think it was really worth it having that, because I feel like we could have done better without having to be forced to get certain Pokemon to take on a gym, because that just, like, streamlines it and makes it super easy in a weird way, and I don't really dig that too much. But then again, it's a small thing, and hopefully it won't be the biggest issue in the world once we actually get the games. I think it will be fine. But in general, though, the games do look good. Also, there's another fact that you guys may want to know about, and that is actually, and also I'll go on PokeJungle and see if they have any extra info, but I was specifically going to point out another thing here, and that is the special edition, as you guys may know, goes for $100. I think this is actually best value, because the game itself is $60, and the Poke thing is about like $45 if you buy it separately. So I think this is like a best value you can get, honestly. I think this is a good value getting this, but then again, these games are kind of expensive for what you're really getting, so I don't know, man, but either way. So HQ Mew screenshot added, and this is what I want to go into real quick here, like, because I want to see if they have any extra info here from, PokeShopper, because they may have gone into some other stuff. Today we'll be fully attentive towards E3, in which Nintendo has stated that Pokemon Let's Go will be playable at the event for 3 days, yada yada yada, and then he goes into here an info. So Mew to be included with the Pokeball Plus exclusively for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So this is the problem, right? Exclusively. This is the thing that I wanted to really rant on for a little bit here, as I mentioned earlier in the video. This is an issue, because I know that, like, people are saying, like, oh, but you can get Mew in Pokemon Go. Okay, so, one, it's not available at all times, is it? It's not one of those Pokemon that I think you can just go and get at any given time, because usually Pokemon Go is, like, really event-based. And that's not how Pokemon games on the consoles really work like. You know what I mean? If they have some sort of event for it on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee to receive it, that'd be great. But they're literally selling a Pokemon here as well. This is kind of what they're doing. I mean, it's cool that you're including it with, like, the Pokeball Plus or whatever, but you're saying it's exclusive to that, which means the rest of us can't get it unless we literally dish out a bunch of time on Pokemon Go and catch it on there, which I don't really want to do. I mean, I don't mind Pokemon Go, but I don't want to spend days outside just, like, playing this game just to grind up in this game, which I don't care about again, just to get the Mew. Like, it feels a bit redundant and there's a little bit of a dumber move, to be fairly honest, and I don't know. It feels a bit backwards. But then again, it could be that this is just exclusive for a time being, or that you get it instantly this way. You get it from the get-go. It could mean that, but who knows? Maybe, we'll be able to still catch it in the game. And if we can't, then I don't really know what to feel. I want to know your thoughts, guys. Personally, I don't really dig it too much. I'm not really on board for that. I feel like it's a bit of a dick move, if I'm going to be honest. Not really digging that, but yeah, it is what it is, though. I can't really blame him too much. I'm actually really excited to play these games now, because I'm just happy that they included this. Like, right here. This is what made me happy, that there's still, like, stats. There's still stats. Like, we're not fully throwing that out of the window and just, like, dropping that shit and being like, hey, who cares about this? There's still potential. There is still potential, which makes me beyond happy. So, yeah. But I think that's going to be it, guys. I think that's just about all I want to cover in this video. I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, then drop a like down below. If you didn't enjoy, then drop a dislike, And, yeah, I'll see you all next time, guys. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Peace out and have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.